Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan once again, and today we're doing another kind of quick check-in video. It's been a few days since I recorded anything, and although I think videos have gone up on the channel the whole time, I did recently move, which is why you can see all of my stuff in the background this time instead of just a portion of it. And I moved into a new apartment. It's in the same apartment complex, so it wasn't that big of a deal in terms of moving. But it wasn't really easy either because we were moving within the same apartment complex. We didn't really pack all that much, which meant that we actually ended up kind of wasting time where we would just have to pack portion by portion and then move it out. And so we started moving on the 27th. We didn't really finish until the 4th, actually until the 3rd of July. And so it was kind of a long move that I didn't expect. Thankfully, my parents came up to help us. Me and my sister lived together. So thankfully, it wasn't too bad. But man, it was a bit of a mess. And I did end up setting up my whole room. I have 4 bookshelves, a nightstand over there that I might use for putting stuff up on there. And I got all of these posters set up. They all look really, really good. This is different from how I used to have my room in my other apartment. Since this one is smaller, basically that whole wall is dedicated to my nerd stuff. And I have a bookshelf over there that's built into the wall that also has nerd stuff. Most of my figures are over there, actually. And I do have a reading corner that I managed to set up over there in front of my bed. So, you know, I have everything. It's still cozy. It's a bit different from what it was like in my other apartment, but it's still nice and cozy, and I'm very excited about it. One of the interesting kind of changes that happens because I live in a smaller unit now is that my room is smaller. And because of that, I don't necessarily have to set up differently. When I go record, I don't have to move. I can literally just do it from my desk, which is where I'm sitting now. And that's why you have the full view of everything behind me. However, I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep this set up as it is, or if I'm going to move it kind of similar to how I had it before, kind of set up so that I'm sitting over there in front of those figures in that Gundam painting right there. And just kind of a smaller shot. Because I do like how this looks, but it's a bit much. It's a lot of stuff. I'd prefer something that looks a little bit cozier, a little bit more cluttered, and a little bit more cramped, I guess. I do like that feel or that look of like a like someone that just has too many things, right? Kind of like a Sundoku kind of vibe, kind of like a very full library kind of look. And I think that looks that sort of look is a bit more captured, I guess, by the way that I had it set up before, whereas this kind of looks a bit too organized. This is how I like to look at my stuff, but that's not necessarily how I want my video to feel, if that makes sense. So I might kind of change this up a little bit, but it doesn't really matter too much. Basically, today was just a video to kind of get back into the swing of things. So it's my birthday this weekend. I'm gonna go watch Superman. Fantastic Four comes out later in the month. There's a few things that I want to talk about on the channel. I want to review the K-pop Demon Hunters movie. I need to watch it. I want to talk about Fantastic Four. I want to talk about Superman. I want to do a bunch of reviews on the channel. I realized the other day, actually I had already known this, but I just thought about it a bit more, that I have about 15 videos, I think, of stuff that I've read throughout the year that I haven't really reviewed yet, and I want to get around to those soon. In terms of what that is, there's a bunch of videos that I have to do for Dan to Dan. There's a few novels that I want to review that I haven't gotten around to. There's a few kind of book review type things like related to The Wandering Inn that I want to do. There's a few things I want to do for Conan going forward. I'm not really going to talk about that too much on this video, since most people that watch this channel don't actually watch the Conan the Barbarian channel, but I do have one. It's called the Sword and Sorcery Book Club. I do basically the same stuff that I do here, but with a much more specific lean towards sword and sorcery and pulpy kind of stuff, right? And the interesting thing is that because of Howard Days and all of the stuff that I've done there and gotten to meet people through Howard Days, I actually have a bit more interesting stuff on there in terms of like interviews and stuff. I'm friendly with Jeff Shanks. I've had an interview with Jim Zub, who writes the Conan comic book, and there should be some other interesting creators that I will review throughout the year and hopefully get interviews with also throughout the year. I want to do that here on this channel too. I would love to talk to Seth Green, the guy that did Battle Mage Farmer and Dark Dawn. I would love to maybe get Giuseppe Cafaro, since he actually recently answered one of my reviews on Witchblade. Maybe I can get him to come on the channel and do an interview with him. I'm not really sure. I also do stuff elsewhere with Alfredo from El Santuario de los Comics. That's a channel in Spanish, and we talked about Conan mostly and other sword and sorcery type stuff. We talked about Masters of the Universe a few times. Maybe we can talk about Transformers at some point as well. That'd be fun. But there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. There's a lot of stuff that I do thanks to YouTube, and we haven't really gotten to the point where I'm making money off of this yet. Based on how monetization works, I'm pretty far away from it. My videos are not videos that necessarily everyone wants to watch, or that everyone watches throughout the whole thing, right? And so that means that I don't gather enough watch hours necessary to monetize. I'm about halfway there, but you have to reach that within a year, and I don't know if that's really possible because of just the way that my channel works. Also, the fact that I'm not necessarily a very interesting person when it comes to presenting, right? I don't necessarily think I'm bad at presenting, but because of the way that I like to do my channel, it's kind of rather rigid and structured, and that's not really dynamic enough for the modern YouTube audience, right? And so I'm doing it the way that I like to do it because that's what I want to do, but that's not necessarily conducive to me making money, which is why I don't think about it all that much. But every once in a while I do think about it because I do put in a lot of effort here, and it would be nice if that effort translated into money, especially in this financial situation that I find myself in now, which is not the best, right? So it is what it is. It's just kind of how it goes. But it'll get better eventually. I will find a job after I finalize my MBA and stuff like that. So I will eventually make money. I just don't make any money right now in my life, right? And I guess that applies to YouTube as well, but I don't really care too much if I don't make money on YouTube. It's just, it would be nice to make some if I could, right? But I don't. So it is what it is. Otherwise, I guess there really isn't too much else to say that I hadn't really said before. I guess this is just kind of like a short channel update, just to remind you guys that I'm still here and that I'm going to be doing stuff going forward. So the next few days are pretty clear for me. I'm going to do a Fantastic Four review for the Penguin Random House Marvel collaboration, the academic book that they have. Then I'm going to do a review for Ultimate Spider-Man number 18. Then I'm going to do a review for Godzilla vs. Thor, the comic book. And then from there, we'll kind of go through and hopefully work through my backlog, as well as some of the newer stuff that I'm reading throughout this month. Because I want to read through Blue Lock, I want to read through Almuric, I want to read through a bunch of stuff, and hopefully I get around to that. My life is pretty simple at this point. I'm going through schoolwork and stuff like that, but I'm not necessarily chained down to my desk or anything like that. I have a lot of freedom of movement now, and since my roommate moved away, I'm gonna have a lot more free time that is just for me, whereas before I would spend a lot of time with him, which I love doing, but it did take away from YouTube a bit because I was burning out, and I was like, I'd rather hang out with him than do YouTube stuff, since I have had a break from YouTube at this point, and have managed to free up some time because he's no longer here. I probably will get back to making pretty long videos and hopefully having daily videos again, but we'll see if that actually works out or not. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, those are all the things that I wanted to say today. Hopefully I'll get around to those videos that I mentioned I would record in the next couple minutes, and hopefully they'll be out within the rest of the week. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you guys have been doing. Did you guys have a good 4th of July? Let me know that in the comments, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later.